I come from a really strong background, right? Of if someone is thinking about suicide or anything, you're kind of weak. That's what I grew up with. And like the whole mindset changed. Like it was a different culture shift for me as soon as I started taking the training and being aware that even like the closest person to you might be thinking of it. My name is Baron Joseph Mafnas. I'm also in the Guam Army National Guard with the counter-drug program under the Drug Demand Reduction Outreach. I've been in the military for 12 years. Through middle school, I was in a drug-free organization called Youth for Youth Live Guam, just surrounded by a lot of the things that youth go through, whether it's bullying prevention, suicide prevention, and trying to stay drug-free. And then growing up, joining the Guard, being around soldiers and the culture and the stigma about suicide, it kind of pushed me to stay on track. My background, I have a lot of passion, right, when it comes to helping people, not only with drugs, but also with suicide prevention, talking to people and making sure they're okay. I first took ASIST when I was in high school with Youth for Youth. It was I guess it was kind of eye-opening, learning more about it, getting more into depth about just understanding people, listening to people, looking out for certain signs. There's this one soldier, very outgoing person, likes to joke a lot, and then all of a sudden he started being late. The way he looked kind of changed, like how his hair was, or like he didn't upkeep with himself. Even with training certain people about suicide, like for me the biggest thing in that's kind of hard to ask somebody, right, is, are you thinking of killing yourself? I recognized some of the signs because it wasn't him, and I really loved to talk to this guy. I just went up to him and I just asked, bro, are you thinking of killing yourself? You could see that, remember, goosebumps, or like he's getting, like, it was like a sign of relief for him. He just looked at me and he said yes. Him saying that, it was kind of like, I have to figure out what's going on. I have to figure out why he wants to kill himself. The one thing that I did learn about the ASIST, it's not only for people that is going to be there for the intervention. You get trained on your resources, who's able to help, and if in that moment, if you're not able to help, you can pass it off to somebody else. After I asked him and he told me a story, I was like, I need to get this guy somewhere safe right now, because I can't really do anything right now at this moment because it kind of like freaked me out. So he just went through his story and everything. We talked about it, and I asked him if he had a plan, and he did have a plan, and we kind of talked to how he can eliminate that plan to get him safe for that moment, and then I just passed it off to somebody else who can assist him further. The soldier got the help he needed, came back, and he came back stronger. It was life-changing for me. It hits the heart, and it just increases the passion I have, right, for trying to spread it to the community. Overcoming that was just doing more training, more being comfortable talking about suicide. The more you train on it, you can see the signs better, and it'll be easier for you to ask a question. If you ask somebody, are you thinking of killing yourself? They can either say yes, or they can either say no. And if it comes down to where they look at you and say, like, why did you ask me that? It kind of gives you a little bit more to tell them that I care about you. And you can talk to me about anything else. Even if you're not thinking about suicide, then, at least that person would know that you're trustful enough, or that you care enough to talk about anything else and to help them through their problems or the challenges in life. I think it's important because the biggest thing that it can happen to anybody. The training, what it does is it gives you tools, it gives you a map on how you can assist somebody. You don't have to know everything when you go into these trainings. I think the biggest thing is have an open mind, and know that you can pass it off to somebody else. If need be that person to kind of bridge the resources. It helps, it works, it saves lives. I believe everybody can benefit from it. For somebody having suicidal thoughts at this moment, just know there are people out there who care, that want to listen to your story. With every problem, there's always a solution. If you're at your lowest point, like, the only way to go is up, because you matter. You matter to not only your family, your friends, right, but your community. And there are people out there who love you, who care about you. Complete strangers care about you. They want to hear your story. They want to make sure that you're okay. There's help. There's always help. There's always resources. And going into the resources, if someone is struggling with talking to somebody about suicide or who's thinking about suicide and it's kind of weighing on you, just know that you can pass it off. Know your resources, know the professionals. We can't save everybody, but even just saving one, right, is enough. And if we can't do that by ourselves, we have a whole community here on our island that is willing to help, that is willing to sacrifice the time and have the passion to make sure that life is saved, right? And that we're assisting them, making sure they're safe so that they can better themselves, better their lives, right? And create better opportunities. So